Welcome to another episode of Problematic the Podcast. What got in the building with me today?
What's going on? It's your boy Angelo Moola. What up, Choke? How you feeling?
How you feeling, brother?
Feeling great, man. Another day, another dollar. You know how that go.
For those who don't know, what city made Angelo Moola?
What city made Angelo? East Side, Pennsylvania, the land of the free and the home of the brave, baby.
East Side, Pennsylvania.
Yes, sir.
What was the moment that you said, yeah, this rap shit is for me?
For real, I was having a conversation with my man Rome. He was like, I was just telling him war stories for real. And he's not from here. He's from Maryland. So he was just like, I was just telling him shit like how I grew up. And he was telling me how he grew up. And it was similar for real, but it's crazy to hear the difference because like he grew up in a different demographic. So, but I was telling him about how I grew up and shit. He like, damn, nigga, like you sound like you a rapper. Like that's the shit rappers be talking about. And I was like, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I always loved music. I always tried to rap. But when he said that, I was like, yeah, let me try this rapping shit. And right there, I was like, all right, be a rapper.
That's tough.
Yeah.
What does moolah mean to you beyond the money?
What does moolah mean beyond the money? It's just Angelo Moola. I'm a relatable man. I'm a regular dude. I'm a father. I'm a brother. I'm relatable. Relatability.
Dig it. You ever dropped a song you knew was gonna go over people's heads?
I ever dropped a song I knew was gonna go over people's heads.
Like they just didn't get it.
Yeah, for sure.
Probably without a visual at least, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. And I did that strategically. It's called Barry Story Part 1. Yeah, it's called Barry Story Part 1.
Nice. What was that about? We
Some
gotta check
street,
it out.
it was some street shit. Yeah, go listen to it. See if y'all could piece it together. Some street shit. Yeah, some storytelling. Yeah, it was some storytelling street shit.
When you're in album mode, what's non-negotiable in your life? Like when you're getting locked in, what's non-negotiable? Like, all right, I got to do this, or I can't do that. Like that's not happening. This is.
Um, short studio sessions. Like if I'm making a song or if I'm really working towards a sound that I really want, I can't be in the studio for 45 minutes, leave and come back next week. I got it when I'm in the studio, I gotta be in there for 3, 4, 5 hours locked in for most of the day. And I try to let that take the majority of my day before I focus on anything else.
I like that.
Sure.
I like that, but I believe in long studio sessions too. Long
Yeah.
studio sessions and no wasted time. Like,
Yeah.
no coming to the studio to write your song, bro.
Yo.
Know that track when you get in there.
When I
You know
tell
what
you
I mean?
that's one of my biggest pet peeves. Not only because like I try to be prepared everywhere I go, not only just in the music shit, but everywhere I go, I try to be prepared when it comes to fatherhood, being at work, shit like that. I try to be prepared. So when I feel like when you come unprepared, that's just a waste of time. And also, I'm paying for the studio time, so this shit ain't cheap. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's working with who we work with, $50, $60, $70 an hour.
Time is money.
Yeah, and writing music, that's just a waste of time while you paying for it. You go write music. You supposed to write music at home when you wake up, when you go to sleep. I mean,
Right. Anywhere but the studio. If it ain't your studio, it's kind of difficult to, all right, I'm gonna pay for this and then I'm gonna go to the studio and write it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It's hard enough laying the track down it's hard enough going from paper to soundtrack. So you can't write it same day and then expect to record it and get it done. Nah, because we're gonna have to go through that through 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times to get it right.
Right.
Get your cadence right, shit like that.
How do you decide when it's time to drop a single versus a full project?
So that's something that I'm balancing right now, because what I'm learning is that when you don't have a big fan base that can help you feed your family when it comes to this music shit, you have to give people something to want to keep coming back, to your song. So I think I kind of figured out singles is the way to go when you're battling that, when you don't really have that solid fan base and you're trying to get people and draw people into your music.
When you're grinding?
I feel like singles is the way to go. When you're on album mode and people will sit down and listen to 17 songs, then yeah. But when people not really listening to you and you still trying to get people's attention, you gotta give them crazy single after crazy single after crazy single. Post it every single day. You gotta be up in people's faces every single day. When they wake up, you need to be in their face. You can't do that with a whole album. I feel like singles is the way to go.
You ever thought about quitting music?
For sure.
What stopped you?
I thought about quitting music a couple times. I actually did quit music once before. It was a little hiatus. I stopped dropping music from, I think it was like 2023. What stopped me from quitting full time was just being inspired. I heard I was just on Instagram one day and I heard Jim Jones say, if you can't be consistent, if you can't, what do you say? If you can't stay and
Motivated.
if you can't stay motivated,
To
stay consistent. It'll
Mhm.
bring back your motivation. You know what I mean? So that right there just changed my mindset where I was just like, all right, I need to wake up every single day and I need to be writing rhymes. I need to go to sleep. When I go to sleep every night, before I go to sleep, I need to write some rhymes. It's the same thing as when you in the gym. NBA players, they get up, they go to the gym, they put up a few shots. They come home, chill, eat, go back to the gym, put up a few shots. Chill, eat, go back to the gym, put up a few shots. So that was my thing. Is I was like, I need to start staying consistent, start writing my music. Then I start writing music that's fire, and I'm like, oh shit, nigga really can rap a little bit. You know what I mean, let me hop back in my fucking bag, like dust my fucking shoulders off.
I dig it. How do you handle envy, especially when like people close to you start switching up?
Man, I would say I stay wherever I go, whenever I'm dealing with anything negative, shit like that, I stay positive. I'm a glass half full type of nigga. So when I'm dealing with issues, I see that shit for better than what it is. Like I give motherfuckers the benefit of the doubt. I brush them the fuck off. Like I don't really let it affect me. You know what I mean? I stay positive. When there's people around me, that's crazy. You know what I mean? I've had situations like that, but I just dust it off. You know what I mean? I cut motherfuckers off. You could be my closest family. As soon as you show me a flaw that I don't like, especially some envious shit like that, I'm cool.
I dig it. What's one thing people assume about you that's dead wrong?
But I use drugs and drink liquor. Shit, I barely smoke weed and I barely drink liquor. I got a little liquor in my cup right now, but I
That
don't
was
really,
just to loosen up for this, right?
yeah, I don't really have time for it. Like specifically the weed, I smoke a lot. I mean, smoking a lot would have like everywhere I go smelling like weed and shit. I already got a DUI. I
Right.
can't be doing that. You know what I mean? I got the kids. I can't be smelling like weed everywhere I go. I do keep the weed pen. You know what I mean? I always got a little weed pen on me, but I don't smoke a lot of flower and I don't drink a lot of liquor. When I do go out, I drink a motherfucking Miller Light.
For
You know what I
real?
mean? Cool with a Miller Light.
I don't even when I DJ, I barely drink anymore. I'm done with that. I'll have a Sprite for real, for real.
Oh shit.
Should every rapper own their masters, or some better off just taking the bag?
So I was just actually speaking to somebody about this yesterday, a few days ago actually. It's situational because artists like Nelly recently sold his masters for $70 million. He's getting a little up there in age. He's still young. He's only like 50. But for somebody like that who probably don't have that many hits written anymore and don't really want to get in a studio like that anymore, selling your masters for $70 million to people who know what they're gonna do with it, that's a lucrative deal.
Right.
But to artists like West Side Gun, he makes a lot of money through merch, shows, side deals like the wrestling and shit like that.
Right.
So those are all things that he could keep in his pocket to where if you were doing that and you signed to a label, they would want parts of that as well. So it's all situational for real, for real.
It is. It's a case by case basis.
Yeah, 100%.
Is streaming killing development or creating more opportunity?
It's creating more opportunity, 100%. Because I felt like, yeah, it's creating more opportunity, 100%. When you go on Instagram, you see streamers all over. We went from rappers to streamers.
Right.
I honestly feel like Instagram, maybe it's just my algorithm, but Instagram went from Instagram baddies and shit, seeing all type of twerking models to streamers. Like I see straight streamers on Instagram now, and I used to see all Instagram models promoting themselves, promoting OnlyFans and all that. Feel like streamers washed them out, took them out.
I,
For real,
I,
for real.
I can agree with that. Streamers definitely they up the market a little bit, you know what I mean? And I think they do present a lot of different opportunities
They created
for artists when the
opportunities.
artists get in there with the streamers and they, actually do things.
And honestly, every biggest streamer wants to get on Cots in that stream. Like,
Right,
and
even the big streamers
the
want to stream with that
biggest,
guy.
like, I mean,
And what's the
Nicki
name?
Minaj.
Content creators just want to. They collaborate all the time. I just seen I Show Speed racing that Ashton Hall dude.
Cook this stupid ass. Fuck off Instagram, dummy. Like he was mad as shit.
And he was mad.
I ain't gonna lie.
But that created a lot of content for both of them because it's just people who are gonna clip that content. Other content creators are gonna talk about that content. You know what I mean? So it's like,
I don't know if you seen the Spanish boy. The boy be painting his hair green and shit. Justin Silva.
Okay.
He did a joint how I'm pulling up to my show. He did a joint with him and his girl running. That shit was just, it's how I'm pulling up to my show. Did a little training video. So yeah, it's definitely creating opportunities. Streamers, it's definitely creating opportunities.
If you had a $1 million budget for your next rollout, what would it look like?
Oh shit. A $1 million budget? I'm gonna be honest. I don't know, bro. I was like off the top, all right, so $1 million, I need my family there. I need it to be family oriented. Like, you ever seen the video how the video was Stupid Fly with J. Cole and 21 Savage?
Yeah.
How they did the lot video? It was just everybody family oriented, and then it was like the good side of them, and then you see the bad side of them that
you show a happy moment with everybody and then individual struggles.
Yeah, that authentic shit.
You never know what's going on with anybody.
That authentic
was a great
shit.
video.
That's what I'm pushing towards. A fucking wedding on a lake with a waterfall in the back, like some real fly shit. And yeah, some fly shit like that.
What does success look like for you in the next 3 years? Don't give me no humble ass answer either.
What does success look for me in a couple years? I'm gonna be honest. In a couple years, I need to be like the face of this rap shit. Like I'm going for West Side Gun, Benny the Butcher, like the face of this shit. I want to be the face of this shit. Travis Scott. I want to be the face of this shit, and I really feel like I can be. No humble answer. That's real shit. I feel like I could be the face of this shit. Or this rap shit.
If somebody called you an underground artist, you take that with pride or disrespect?
I take it with pride. I mentioned his name like twice in the interview already. West Side Gun. That's one of my favorite artists. He's an underground king. One of the best songs on Drake's fucking first album, Underground Kings. I take that.
That's when that nigga was still underground.
Yeah, 100%.
You walk in the studio, candles, bottles, prayer vibes. What's your pre-recording ritual?
I gotta chop it up with my man Maddie every time. Me and Maddie always chop it up.
Shout out to Maddie.
He be putting me on game. He be teaching me a lot of shit.
No, that's good. I like when people have a vocal engineer that they can trust.
Yeah.
You go to the studio and your engineer just there to record you, make money, and kick you out. That shit, like, it's gonna show in the music.
Yeah, it would really diminish your career for real. That would take your career from here to here quick. When you have somebody that is just pressing the button, all right, go ahead. All right, fuck out my studio. Yeah,
right.
That's corny. Yeah, me and Maddie try
with
to
the egg timer, all that shit. All right, bro, that's your hour.
Yeah, terrible.
What do you want your fans to feel after they hear your music? Like, not think, but like feel.
I want them to feel inspired. The first time I went to my first concert I ever went to, I was sat front row. Shout out my man Snoop from Oakbrook. I bought tickets off my man Snoop. I sat front row. This nigga it was a Purple Rain concert with Ty Dolla $ign. Ty Dolla $ign. This nigga was smoking the L. He was like, who wanna smoke with Ty Dolla $ign? And I was tapped in. I knew he was tapped in with Wiz at the time. Like that's around he was tapped in with Wiz. And I fuck with Wiz heavy too. So I was like this. I was throwing up Taylor Gang. I let him know. He walked to the other side of the stage, came back and threw me the L. This nigga Ty Dolla $ign. I smoked that joint. Future came out, and I just felt so inspired. I was like, damn, like I gotta change my life. I ain't knew I wanted to be a rapper right there, but I knew I wanted to change my life. I was like, I can't be no regular nigga. Like, I gotta be somebody special.
Shout out Ty Dolla $ign. That was the first time I ever seen the inflatable raw cones in concert. And niggas aiming them shits at people's heads, clapping them shits.
And DJ Esco had the 8 book bag. I remember that shit was crazy. He just came out with an 8 book bag. Yeah, Esco had that shit turned.
Before we get out of here, man, tell the people where to find you at.
Shit, man, you can find me on Instagram, Angelo.Moola _. You can find me on YouTube. Just search up Angelo Moola. My music will come up. ANGELO MOOLA. And if not, you can find me on the east side of Pennsylvania. You heard me?
Appreciate you for stopping by, brother.
Yes, sir. You already know.